wanted to know how to make it big in the world of cryptocurrency and still find time for a side hustle? Welcome to the Block List. I'm your host, Emily Klein. Today, our featured interview is Damien Ferguson, the CIO of Aussie Crypto Legends. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to our content and find us on Patreon. Let's get to the interview. Can you tell our audience a little bit about Aussie Crypto Legends?
Yeah, basically it's two guys that came together after one of them in particular, Con. This bloke called Con. I've done some work with him before, and not Con by name, not by nature. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So basically, yeah, it was just sort of two blokes coming together, and he wanted to know a bit more about cryptocurrency and where he wanted to sort of go forward with it. And my first thing was, or as I say to everyone, is don't get involved in it, number one. Number two, if you are going to get involved in it, let's just have some fun. So that's when we started to do, I said, look, you can trade them, you can do all these sorts of things, but the actual mining of them is a really cool sort of way of getting involved. So that's how we sort of started Aussie Crypto Legends. It sort of changed its name a little bit along the way, but we've stuck with Aussie Crypto Legends anyway, because I guess we are those type of people, pretty cash sort of people, So, and it's just been an absolute blast all the way through.
That's awesome. Can you, for our audience, can you give people a little overview of what mining exactly is?
Sure. So basically, it's basically sticking a whole bunch of computers on a network. So in this case, we've chosen to be involved with the Monero project. And so what happens is that those computers analyze the transactions, make sure they're correct and not fraudulent, and then basically that's what mining is. So it's like acting like a bank, really, making sure there's no double spends and things like that. That's really what mining's all about anyway. It's a bit of a misnomer around the whole sort of the mining, because traditionally, if you say to an Australian here, it's like, oh, I've got to do some mining. It's like, what, we're digging up the whole backyard for some coal or something like that, up the Kimberleys or somewhere. So, but that's essentially what mining's all about and all the rest of it anyway. Again, like when you get it right, it's one of the best things you'll ever do, provided the coin value stays and things like that as well. It's when it starts losing its value, that's when it becomes unprofitable, and also too, it is quite power intensive as well. So in other words, you don't head into doing mining if you just want a bit of a hobbyist anymore, like you got to be fairly serious, and that's what we've sort of gone down that line.
That's very good. So what sparked your interest in cryptocurrencies?
The open ledger. So the fact that, you can put something out there on an open ledger and everyone can pretty much view it and see it, and I guess that's for accountability. So, one of the main lead developers in Monero project in particular, they're always talking about wanting the government to be on an open ledger and seeing where exactly the money's all spent and to be open, So I love that. I love the fact that there's lots of good projects out there coming through to address sort of like low-cost housing as well, all to do with this whole blockchain sort of technology as such, because that's the underpinning technology of cryptocurrency itself. Mm-hmm. So, everyone sort of has the coins in the eyes, as I say, like obsessed by coins and chasing dollars.
Yes.
However, when you really break it down, it's really quite life-changing, like there's some really... This is probably the first time where you can actually sort of look around and you can go, we can actually get some change done, Yeah. So, it all comes swings and roundabouts, and I know that your government had a bit of a shutdown for a bit, so I'm sure a lot of people would love to have that open ledger to see where it's all going. But, so I think that's part of the passion, and I just love the guy, especially in the Monero project in particular. I just like the guys. They're just so cash, especially Ricardo. My God, like these guys have got huge market caps. Not that means market caps don't really mean much, really, in crypto land. But, like these guys are just doing the do and, doing all these sorts of things. And, they just don't care. They're not like your traditional JP Morgans and things like that. They're different, very different. And I think that's part of the appeal for it.
That's awesome. So you
Yeah.
are the CIO at Aussie
Yep.
Crypto Legends.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about what your position entails day to day?
Yeah, just making sure the mines keep going up. Because when those things go down, that's really bad. That costs us a lot of money, you know? So it's an absolute nightmare some days. It's like, oh my God, it's not happening. And it does. Like, it's almost like you go from ecstatic to being depressed to psychopath to being angry to be happy again. It's like all these range of emotions, you know, like up and down, up and down. So, so, I guess that's my day-to-day role. And just the other thing too is helping guys, especially investing in an ICO or initial coin offers as well. So there's the other part with the mining, but also too we do the trading bit as well. So we're always looking on for good projects and all the rest of it. But man, there's some actually garbage ones that are just blatant, like just raising money really, and scam coins, absolute scam coins out there. And I'm sure you're starting to see some of those, you know. So, and it scares me because as I said to a couple of the guys, you know, around and on Twitter there, I just said, we really got to make this stop. You know, like, it's always going to be people who want to make money regardless, whatever. That's their thing, but it's going to ruin it if we get too far down the line and it's just too many scam coins. It's going to ruin it for everyone, and people are just going to lose trust in this whole thing, you know. So, I mean, the whole cryptocurrency was born out of a bunch of guys coming together. Yeah, you know what? I don't like how the banks really disintegrate economies and things like that. So, and that's the thing. And the other thing too, and I'm not trying to waffle here too much, but just really quickly another point about it.
Of course.
It's almost like the nerds have become the rock stars now. So like you got all these people that have been sitting on the cusp of society, then all of a sudden, you know, like people that find out how much Bitcoin is and things like that, and it's like they're the instant rock stars. So all these people on the fringe are now like these like supposed geniuses, you know, like, and they've just been doing their stuff, not because like anything serious. It's just, you know, like it's been good. Like some of those guys that have just been like doing some stuff where they didn't get paid or anything like that, and all of a sudden paydays come in and it's been great, you know. So it's a nice story. I like that sort of story, you know. So yeah.
Yep, me too. So you went from being an Uber driver, to mining. So do you still Uber from time to time?
Yep, I certainly do. And it's funny that it's I actually do a range of different things. So I've got an IT sort of background.
Okay.
And I started off there doing networks and all the rest of it, and sort of lost the passion, to be honest with you. It became a game of just how do you do this, you get that, and if you do something outside the box, no one wants to know about it and all those sorts of things. So I sort of went away from it, and I've done lots of community work, like I've lived out remote Australia, like I mean sort of up the Kimberleys and Alice Springs. So if you look at that on the map, you'll see how remote that is with Indigenous people. So the answer to the question is, yeah, I still do Uber, and that's how I do most of the networking. It's a lot of fun. It's good for you. It's good to switch on and off, you know what I mean? Because if the machines are going, like there's some days where I don't go there for like, you know, a couple of days because they're ticking over and I can remote monitor it. And then I'll just go and Uber, and then I'll do also a bit of care work, what we call one-on-one sort of assistant and nursing work as well.
Okay.
So I look after a family. Yeah. So in other words, yes, I really do believe it's important to have so dynamic at the moment. Things are changing so quickly. So, yeah.
Yeah. So for those who want to explore the mining side of cryptocurrencies, what advice do you have to give?
Pool your money with other people, number one. Like get a machine and learn about it, but realize that's just a hobby, you know? And if you're going to have a good crack at it, you've got to go big. It's as simple as that. It's at the stage where you still can mine, like you can still look at other currencies out there to tap into to do mining on a smaller level. But the reality is that it's really the best advice is that understand this is an expensive game. It really is. So if you are going to have a crack at it, go hard, or otherwise just go home. Simple as that.
Yep. Yep. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the Blocklist interview. You're our first one.
Not the last.
Not the last. The first, but not the last.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I
fantastic.
just want to thank you so much for giving your time to us today.
Too easy.